my public speaking goals, my video camera skills. Have you ever wanted to get good at speaking to the camera? Have you ever wanted to be able to go on stage and express and communicate a message? Have you ever wanted to get up at a friend's wedding and speak in front of a crowd of humans? Have you ever wanted to express and communicate a message through this digital device? Well, these are all the things that I've desired for sure. And it's what I'm currently doing, and that's why I'm filming so many videos. You may ask yourself, why am I cranking out so many videos at the moment? Well, it's to work on a skill set. It's to work on the delivery of my message, to work on my communication skills. And also this video today is to show my video coach where I'm currently at speaking to the camera, so he can dissect and look at all the ticks and all the twicks that I got going on right now in front of the camera. And so this couples, it's two different skills, speaking to a camera and the energy you portray speaking to a camera than to speaking in front of a live crowd. Now, to me, honestly, I feel like it's easier for me to speak in front of a crowd and actually for my energy to be received in person. Naturally, I'm a people person. So what I've noticed is you can see people that are on camera and they just are so good at communicating. They're so good at expressing. But then the irony is when you see them off camera, they're kind of like a totally different person. Well, that's actually the opposite for me, I feel at least. If you meet me in person, I'm quite a bit different, I feel, and I can portray myself a lot differently than I can in front of the camera. And so that's my intention with these videos, is to work on the skill of communicating a message, sending my energy through the lens so that you feel emotions, you receive emotions, while communicating a strong message. You see, I've been through a massive transformation, and I've been on a journey, a quest to communicate that to others in the intention to help people. I've experienced so much inner transformation. My life internally is so much better now, and I say that humbly. And it's through a lot of meditation, reading, learning from the internet, mentors, coaches, and my world is just totally different. But that being said, my external world is also quite a bit different. And so with that, I want to learn how to communicate that to you and inspire you in hopes to maybe you might want to change your life. Not that your life isn't great right now, but in an aspect that maybe it could be just a bit better. And so that's my intention, is to work on building this communication skill, work on delivering a message in front of the camera, work on keeping my face relaxed, working on my pace, learning when to draw words, learning when to breathe, when to let go, learning when to breathe into my stomach. You see, I have some understanding for sure, but I got a lot to go. Now, if you just look through my YouTube channel, you can see how many evolutions I've been making. I've been at this for a long time and haven't really been trained too deeply. And I'm always curious to think about how did some of these guys get this good at speaking to camera? Did they get training? How did some of these guys do it? Is it through repetition like this? That's why I'm trying to surround myself constantly with people that are doing this for a full-time gig. Imagine this. Anywhere in the world, you can set up a tripod like this. You can communicate a message on this platform, which is for free, and you can sustain a lifestyle through that. How incredible is that? For me, that is what I'm heading towards. I'm looking to monetize this fully. I'm looking to fully monetize this in adding value, adding transformation to you in exchange for sustaining my lifestyle like this. You see, I've been through a lot of transformations, and so it's about how do I deliver that? How do I take this transformation? It's called productizing my knowledge. I'm in the process of learning how to productize my knowledge and then bringing that to a market that is after the same transformation. But in the meantime, what I'm doing right now is I'm just building skills. I'm just skilled. You know that platform called Skillshare? If you haven't heard of it, I definitely recommend it. That's how I started to learn some videography work. A lot of it you can learn off of YouTube, you know, but sometimes it's nice to just go to one spot and it's streamlined. It takes you from top to bottom how to work Final Cut Pro, or maybe there's one for speaking to camera probably as well. But yeah, one of the big things you want to question is, who are you listening to? You know, you want to listen to someone that has what you want and has been where you were. Because if they don't have what you want, then you're going to model someone that doesn't have what you want. And here's a caveat to this saying that I've learned too. Like, so for example, I have a pretty deep understanding of some of this stuff, not with cameras, speaking to camera, but with the market, with marketing and digital understanding. And so right now I'm on my come up with it all. So I can take you to the information. You know, it's not just coming from me. I'm like, look, I'm reading, learning it at the same time. I've got access right now to courses that are probably worth $20,000 total, you know? So like that's what I'm learning from. So I'm just in the process. It's like the trees on the way, or the flowers on the way to becoming a flower. But ideally you want to listen to someone that's got the end result. So that's much better, you know? And that's generally speaking what I do, is I go to people that got the end result. And so my intention for making all these videos is to learn how to actually speak to camera. And this exact video, I'm going to be sharing with my video coach. And he's going to be picking me apart in this video, which I want. I actually want him to pick me apart so that I can learn actually how to convey a message properly, effectively, where I can deliver strong emotions to the viewer. I've been doing all this through edits, but for myself, I feel like I've got definitely some room to grow in communicating a message. And so I figured, why don't I do a challenge? What if I filmed a video every single day? I didn't really set out to do this, it just kind of happened because I was sick and tired of going through these evolutions and not showing the viewer or you a low point. Not showing the viewer what it actually looks like, you know? Not taking whoever's watching right now, obviously it's you, taking you through a journey of what I'm actually experiencing. Talking to you about my struggles with my emotions. Talking to you about the challenges that I'm facing with my relationships in business, my hurdles in business. Talking about and showing you day one. You know, day one with my business, day one with my gym. First video, showing my video coach, showing him this video right now. I'm on the way to what I want, but often we don't show that. We only show the end result. And you know what's funny? I want you to do this. Look at the average views of my videos right now. What are they, like 12, 15, 20? You know what's funny? You know how many people quit? You know, okay, just take this in. If you look through all my videos, right, you'll see how many different styles of videos I've been trying. And that's one thing you can't take from me, is I've been putting in the effort. I've been really diligent and I haven't quit. There's been lulls where I've just been like, what am I doing? But it's great to question because I've been like broke. So I'm like, well, this doesn't really get me a return. I can't put too much energy into this. And it was all my approach, right? It was all these videos that I was doing that wasn't in alignment with me. But for me to sit here and talk like this on the camera, someone taught me this. It's all about format. What format can you do consistently on a daily, or let's say bi-daily, every second day, 3 days? Because social media and content right now is a lot to do with volume. How much volume can you do? You know? And it's not just about volume, but how much quality volume can you do? How many concepts can you portray? How much value can you add to your audience? Depending on what you want to do, but for me, I'm on the path to monetizing. So I want to add value to you on a consistent basis at volume. And this is a format that I can do every single day. I could sit down. Look, it's 10 minutes in and I haven't even really gotten started if I really wanted to. I could keep going like this. But this is my exhale. This is my Qigong. I can do this format. Sit down and speak and convey a message. Soon, then what I'll do, obviously from my video coach, and I'm also taking public speaking lessons, is I'll start learning how to format a presentation and convey ideas. And then I'll start studying people that do something similar to this and find out how they hook people at the beginning. Yeah, that's what they do. They hook us. How do I create emotion in you? How and when do I hold pauses? And then all of a sudden this whole thing starts to form together. But if I do this on a consistent basis, my growth rate will increase quite quickly. On top of that, adding in a mentor or a coach can increase that scalability of my growth. And so I'm adding all these components while learning and developing a business around all this. But if you look at how many videos I've created, I'm right now, I think around 228 or something like that, and getting 12 views. Okay, let's just put that in there for a sec. I've done about 228 videos, and my average video view count is about like 12 to 15. But if I was doing it just for the views, I would have quit at pretty much just the beginning. I would have quit right away. Because that's what happens to a lot of people, is where's it coming from? And there's this guy that I listen to on YouTube, and he talks about do things for the audience of one. So he said most people, about 90% of people quit their podcast after the first 10, I believe. Or maybe it's like 70% of people quit their first podcast at 10. 90% of people will quit at 20, and 95% of people will quit at like 24 or something. And I think I did like, I made the 5%. Let's say this. I remember seeing that. I'm like, oh, nice. I made the 5% with testing out podcasts. But it's all about the long game, right? And it's all about energy output. So what I was finding was like doing these podcasts at this moment, it's not the right time for me. It's all about energy. Everything's energy. So right now, this is easy. I don't need to have anyone on the phone. Some of these podcasts were going like 3 hours long, And when you're not bringing in any money, that's like, I said this to someone 2 days ago. When you go broke, you get very clear on what tasks and what actions create an income. Say that again. When you go broke, you get really clear on what actions and what tasks create income. Because when you're broke, if you're doing tasks that don't bring in an income, then you're just kind of wasting your time. Especially, and like you can't eat, you don't know where your paycheck's gonna come to pay your rent. And that's what was happening to me. I got real clear on which actions are creating an income. And so this format for me right now, sitting in front of the camera speaking, when I get better at this and I increase and I know where to sit and I know my placements and I know my messaging and I get clear on my messaging and on my presentation, I'll get a lot better at all of this. I'll learn to relax my face while I speak. I'll learn to breathe while I speak to you. And then it will be a better representation of my energy. You see? I find it so ironic. Like, I've been so confused through this journey. Like, how can I connect to people like instantly? Honestly, you put me in a room with any kind of person and I know how to connect with them. But then you put me in front of a camera and it's like I'm climbing Mount Everest trying to connect to people and trying to hear. It's funny, right? Like a lot of people that I'm connected to, like, don't even watch this stuff. Don't even watch. My mom has no idea. My brother can't watch any of my videos. It's like, think how that feels, Like, actually just play a little empathetic game for me right now. Imagine that, right? You've made 200 and something odd videos and your family is like, yeah, I can't watch you. Or no, I don't pay attention to you. It's like, yeah, it definitely hits the human in a space for sure. You know, when you're putting your effort out there, trying to send a good message. That's what's crazy too. It's not like I'm trying to sell drugs here or hurt anyone. I'm trying to convey being like, you can do what you want. You have no limitations. You can do, be, and have anything you want. If you want, you can change your life, and you can live in a tropical island, and you can have a surfboard and do what you love. In the meantime, you might have to struggle along the way. You might have to grow. Ray Dalio says, struggle well. It's part of our evolutions. But what's interesting is as you evolve over time, you get better at evolving. Now, the challenges that you face will become bigger and bigger, but you can see it. There's a pattern that starts to develop. I'm starting to see the pattern. That's why I filmed this whole thing. Because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go through another cycle and not show you this time. I'm going to be vulnerable. And I'm going to show you the entire process so that when I come out of this evolution, you'll see me from the beginning. You'll see me when I was on my bed eating the granola. While I was in my manifestation, I knew all of this was coming. Don't you find it ironic that I went through a pretty challenging conversation and moment with someone I was just working with, and now I'm creating my own agency? Isn't that ironic? Well, it's not really when you understand how all these processes work and how the universal laws work. And so that's what I'm doing here today. I've come here and I'm sharing this video to show where I'm currently at filming on camera, my communication skills, my messaging. And this is also day one, another day one. It's not really day one, like I've been doing this, but I'm gonna send this now to my mentor or my coach, my video coach. He's really my buddy, but I'm gonna send it to him. He'll be my video coach. And he'll pick this apart, and I'll be able to get more feedback on what I can improve and my messaging and my communication. And one of the things I'd invite you in, if you've listened this far, is where in your life are you wanting to grow? What is it you're wanting to get better at? Maybe you're thinking, oh man, I wish I could do that. Well, you can do it. You just have to start. And the thing is we get into analysis paralysis and then we never start. But it's a success momentum cycle that you tap into. Success builds confidence. Confidence creates activity. Activity creates habits, and habits equal results, and results is success. You want to get in the success momentum cycle, and then you'll just keep building. And that how you keep building is you get clarity on what it is you want. When you get clarity on what it is you want, your why power guides you because you have a strong why. Some people's why is because they just genuinely want to make a lot of money. That's part of it for me. That's just one half of it. But look, I'm trying to go after it all. I'm genuinely going after it all. I want a lot of money. I want deep connection to my spirituality. I want deep love. I want deep connection. I want to help people on a big level, on a big scale. I want to have complete freedom over my life. I can do, be, and have anything I want, go anywhere I want. And I can help people. You know that, like, so for example, on a minor scale right now, it's not really, and I wouldn't fully model this, but for the sake of this example of where I'm wanting to go. Yesterday, I'm talking to my building manager, and I can feel his potential. I feel it in him. And I can feel that he's also sometimes second guessing himself. And so I just keep depositing in him. I'm like, you're amazing. You're gonna grow. You've got huge potential. Like you're gonna create. You could own this whole. He's a building manager, but I'm like, you could own this entire building. I'm just depositing in him. I'm like, have you ever heard of Think and Grow Rich? He's like, no. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy you Think and Grow Rich book. So I'm gonna buy this guy the Think and Grow Rich book in Bahasa, in Indonesian. And it's incredible. Like these are the things I want to do with my money. It's like I want to imagine now I could open up a center or a school for some of these people here, and I can start teaching them these concepts. and I can start investing in them. And these people are in third world conditions, so imagine they get this type of information brought to them. Oh my God, imagine the potential. And then their reward is, if you do well at this, I'll pay for your English lessons. So now they're getting English lessons. These are the things I want to do, you know. I want to have a team of just cool people around me, and I want to help them. I want to improve them as a person, and that's my intention. And I know I got a little off track with the videos. It's just what I'm passionate about. So here's the first testing video. Take care.